What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm huddling inside the cab of a Raptor right now because it's so windy and the audio is going to sound horrible. So this is how I'm going to do this. I'm going to talk to you about the truck a little bit, and then I'll do a little outside shooting so you can see the outside, and then we're going to go for a test drive. Yeah. It's only got 1,400 miles on it right now, so I'm not going to go crazy and beat the hell out of it, but we'll go out on the road, do some 0 to 60, see what it can do. But yeah, this is going to be a 2023 Raptor overview video, so hope you enjoy it. Stick around and I'll show you the outside of the truck. Alright guys, here we are in the truck. This is a little bit better to talk to you guys because the wind is just, it's so bad outside, so I know it probably sounds like crap. So we'll I'm going to spin the camera around and we'll show you guys the interior, and then after that we'll go for a test drive, see what this thing's got. Alright, here we are inside the 2023 Ford F150 Raptor, and the interior is just amazing on this thing. They got carbon fiber accents on the glove box, the door panels, down here in this little storage compartment. It's so cool what they did. The red stitching. It's got the Recaro seat package. You can see right there, a little Recaro symbol. Red stitching with the blue suede inserts. These are heated and cooled seats up here in the front. Center console, you got the Raptor logo right there. Very cool. The gear shifter folds down when you push that button. And then the center console will actually flip up, and you got a little work surface right there, which is very cool. Looking in the back, same seating. It's got the blue suede center, red stitching, black leather on the tops, black leather in the middle. This one has the panoramic moonroof, sunroof, whatever people want to call it. We'll start everything up so you guys can see what it's all about. So here is the steering wheel. Here, let me zoom out a little bit. A little wide angle action. There's so many buttons on this steering wheel, it's crazy. So this R button right here is the Raptor button, or Raptor mode, so you can set which settings that you want for the exhaust, the suspension, the transmission shift points, all that. You can save that, and when you double tap this R button, it'll automatically bring up all the settings that you had stored in for your key. So I guess you can do it per key. You can have like your key, or if your spouse or significant other has a key, like they can store their own settings in there. It's really cool. You got volume buttons for the radio, the sync button for push to talk, cruise control stuff. It's crazy. The amount of technology that this truck has is absolutely crazy. So this button here, the steering wheel button, if you look up on the dash, so here's the button. If you look on the dash there and you hit that button, so that's the steering button. So right now the steering's in sport, You go normal, comfort. There's a BAJA mode, but for some reason it's not letting me go there. The same with the suspension. So down right there in this button, suspension, hit that button. So you got normal, sport, off-road, and then my favorite, the exhaust mode button. So BAJA mode is what I usually run on around in, and you can see right at the bottom it says off-road use only. I mean, come on, really. It's loud, but it's not that loud. I don't know why Ford is so, I don't know, worried about off-road use only. So quiet, you can actually hear how quiet it got in the cab here. You can barely hear the thing running. But outside, it actually is somewhat loud with the quiet mode on. I have a video up of this truck, you know, kind of going through the exhaust modes. You can get an idea what it sounds like outside the truck. There's normal, so you can notice it got a little bit louder inside the truck. Sport mode, as you notice, it got a little bit louder again inside the cab. Outside, I can't really tell a difference between normal mode and sport mode. They both kind of sound the same to me. And then BAJA mode, a little warning comes up, off-road use only, see manual. Yeah, we don't care about that. So then all these icons down right underneath the tach there, it shows the exhaust icon right there. It's got the cactus on it. BAJA mode for the exhaust. You see the suspension. What is happening? Suspension is in off-road mode. The steering is in normal. And then that S right here, it tells you that the transmission shift points and everything is in sport mode. In order to change the drive mode, you've got this knob down here. So you can turn this knob left or right, and when you turn it, you can see it actually changes the drive mode. So that's sport. You got tow haul, slippery mode. Oh, it wants to shift, and so if you go slippery mode, it wants to automatically put you in four-wheel high. We need to go back. Tow haul, saw that. Sport, normal mode. So for normal mode, it goes back to two-wheel high. Off-road mode, shift in four-wheel drive again. So off-road mode, it put me in four-wheel high, and it turned everything into BAJA pretty much. Everything but the exhaust. The exhaust is in sport mode. Man, this camera will not focus. I guess that's the problem with using an iPhone to shoot these videos. So off-road, we saw that. BAJA mode, it's doing some more stuff. So what did it do? So we're still in 4 high. The steering's off-road, suspension's off-road, and the exhaust is in BAJA mode. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, and you got rock crawl mode. Oh, wants me to go to neutral, shift in 4 low, so we're just gonna skip that. So that's it. So I'm gonna put this thing back in sport mode. Back in sport mode. Okay. We're gonna put my stored settings in there. So what we're gonna do is just double tap that R button. You can see the R came up on the dash here, right there. God, I hate this thing. This video is so bad, I'm sorry guys. But BAJA mode exhaust, suspension is in normal, and the steering is in sport. And so coming back over here, you've got your trailer brake controller buttons. That's got the Pro trailer backup, which I'm not gonna pretend like I know what the heck that is. I've never used it. I prefer to back up my own trailers the old-fashioned way with the steering wheel. Much safer in my opinion, but whatever, to each their own. It's got the dual climate controls, heated, cooled seats. Like I said, it's got everything. I don't think there's anything oh, there is one thing it does not have, which does not have a heated steering wheel. Like that's crazy to me, but I guess there's a shortage on the parts, or at least that's what Ford is telling people. Almost forgot. paddle shifters. So you can go push manual mode and shift this thing manually with the paddles. Downshift, upshift. Let me tell you, it's a lot of fun, but it does get old. It gets old because it's not like that instant crisp shift. Like, there is a delay in it. It is, I don't know, slightly annoying, but cool feature. The buttons up here, that's your camera button. So that'll change your camera. So that's the 360 camera view right here. That is the front camera in the grill. If you want to change the views, you hit this button up there. All these options come up. That's front, that's like front 360 kind of view. Here's the bed camera. Where'd it go? That's in the bed. So there's a camera of the bed. There's the hitch camera, so that's at the bumper, or that's on the tailgate looking down at the bumper. And then you got your plain old backup camera. So it's got some pretty cool features there. Right here, this button on the dash, that opens the top glove box right there. You got the bottom glove box. So this thing is loaded with speakers. I forget the total amount, but I want to say it's like 16 or 18 speakers. It's crazy. It sounds pretty good for a stock system. I've heard some other stuff that sounds a lot better, but for stock stuff, like, it sounds pretty good. Back seats, very roomy. I've got three teenage boys, and they fit back there just fine. There's some speakers in the door. It does have the sub, the factory Ford sub behind the seat. Rear sliding power window. There's an armrest in the back, cup holders in it. That folds down. Try to show you back here. So the back seats are heated. They are not cooled, but they are heated. There's charging ports back there for the kids and their iPods and iPhones and whatever else they got. There's just a regular round port. The back seats, they do fold up, so there's storage under there. If you guys are familiar with any of the F-Series trucks, you already know about all this crap, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time about that. But I guess everybody's waiting for the drive, so I'm going to try to mount this camera in the back seat somehow, and we're going to go out on the road and see what this puppy's got. All right, we are in it. All right, we are back in the truck. I got the camera mounted, and we're gonna take this thing for a drive. The grass is super wet. We've had a lot of rain, a lot of snow recently, so I'm gonna try to get out on the road, and we'll get after it, see what it's got. Ew, it's super soft and gooey. I get mud all over this thing. Not happy about it. Not too happy about it. So for a big truck like this, it is a half ton. It's a F-150, but for a big truck, it rides surprisingly smooth. You know, the suspension is designed for off-road. So it's got to be able to soak up the off-road bump, so that translates into a fairly decent ride on the street. So I'm very happy with the ride. The exhaust is in BAJA mode right now. We are in BAJA mode, and I wouldn't say it's loud in the truck, but you definitely can hear it. So I'll get it on this road here. I'll give it a little gas so you guys can hear what it sounds like inside the truck. Hopefully my camera stand doesn't flip. We'll hold it. Alright, here we go. We're gonna give it some gas. So that's 100 right there. I mean, is it fast? Yeah, it's pretty fast. For a big truck like this, yes, it definitely gets up and goes, but it's not anything that is just like crazy fast. Like, I've been in some pretty fast trucks, and this is it ranks in the top 5, I guess, but you know, it is a big truck. It is a V6. It is a twin turbo V6, but still, your 450 horse and I think 510 foot-pounds of torque. I'm not sure what the weight of this truck is, but it is a truck and it weighs a lot. So 450 horse and 510 foot-pounds is not gonna, you know, make it fly like a rocket. But it is very impressive. It is impressive. The sound of the exhaust, from what I hear, is better than the last model years or whatever. Ford has done some redesigning on the exhaust, so it does sound better than the last model, from what I hear. But it's not a V8. If you want the V8, you got to spend the money, and you got to get the Raptor R, which is very hard to find at the moment, from what I understand. And plus, it sounds like a GTR. It sounds like a Nissan GTR, which, in my opinion, is not a bad thing. But it's not that American muscle V8 tone that, I don't know, that most people that would buy this truck are looking for. But still, for performance-wise, for a truck, it's very good. Like I said, the suspension on the street, you put it in normal mode, it soaks up all the bumps. I am hanging on to this tripod though, so you guys don't get seasick watching this video, but it does ride pretty smooth. The steering is like super responsive. Feels like you're driving a sports car. It's amazing. The steering is amazing. I do have it on sport mode, which does make the steering tighter, but it feels like a sports car. Can't complain. The truck is very quiet, so I'm gonna stop yapping for a second. I'm just gonna take it easy. I'm gonna put the exhaust in quiet mode, and everything disappears. You just kind of cruise along. You can't even hear the engine running. All you hear is those 37s humming. That's it. But we don't like that. We're going back to BAJA. And it's just like that. The sound's back, the fun's back. We've got 1,453 miles on this truck. And I think the last video, when I was working on the Mustang, we did a little sneak peek and we showed you guys this truck. And at the time, I think it had 700 miles on it. And I said that I've been smiling for all 700 miles. Well, yeah, I've been smiling all 1,400 miles. This thing is amazing. The sync system up here is awesome. It does everything that you could possibly want it to do except drive the truck for you. But what fun is that? You know what I mean? So it is. I have no complaints so far. Just barely getting on it. This thing just wants to jump to life. 10-speed automatic. Every shift is clean. It's crisp. It feels right. It checks every box. Is it super fast? No, but it's fast. Does it handle good? Yeah, it handles really good. It stops good. I mean, it looks good. It does everything good. Is it one of the best trucks on the market right now? I think it is. I think it's absolutely is for what you get. I mean, it's got everything. You can do anything with it. It's got a friggin' generator in the back. You could plug in, I don't know, hell, you could probably plug in power tools with that thing. I don't know the specs off the top of my head because I don't really care about the generator. I care more about the driving, but I mean, this thing does everything. It's awesome. Once the fields dry up and everything kind of dries out here after this winter, I really want to do another video doing some high-speed off-roading, because that's what this truck is made for. It's BAJA. It's high-speed desert racing. There's no deserts here, but there's cornfields, and I think that's about as close as BAJA I can get out here. But I'm gonna test it out. All right, guys, you get a treat. Here's another Raptor. I think there's a Raptor Wave. Let's see. I think it's like fangs. No, he didn't give me the fangs back. Maybe I did the wrong wave. But he got on his, so I'm gonna get on mine. Here we go. Oh, tires broke loose on that one. They definitely broke loose. We got sideways a little bit. I mean, that was 0 to 80. I don't even know how long that took, but it felt like nothing. It felt like nothing. This thing is absolutely insane. I can only imagine what the Raptor R would be. It would probably be a handful on the street. But this thing is definitely crazy. Twin turbo V6. I don't know if you guys heard that. So in sport mode, this thing will downshift for you, and it rev matches the downshifts. It automatically revs it up and downshifts for you. Absolutely crazy. I think Ford definitely nailed it on this truck. Home run for sure. This thing is just—it's so badass. It's so bad. Like everything, the seats, the seats are amazing. Like the Recaros in here, like it's hard for me to hang on right now because I'm holding this tripod with my right arm, but like they just really hold you in the seat. It's got the side bolsters. They're just super comfortable, heated, cooled. If you can't find a comfortable seating position in this truck, like there's something wrong with you, because you can move them up, down, tilt them, everything. So very happy with the interior and the seats. The sound system, I think I already talked about that. Very good, super good for a stock system. The twin panel roof, I mean, it's got everything except a heated steering wheel, so very happy with it. So I think that's it. We're going to drive this thing back and see how bad the mud is on it from driving through the grass. But pretty much this, in my book, this truck is it's a 9.5 out of 10. It's got to be a 9.5 out of 10. And if it had a heated steering wheel, I think I'd give it a 10 out of a 10. Ford really did good with this thing. If you guys like the Raptors or like F-150s or just like trucks in general, like if you're looking to buy a truck, I would highly recommend this truck. No disappointments. Like I said, it's down on power versus the V8 model. It's still pretty quick. So that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Later.